Hi guys, so for today's video I'm going to be talking you through how I managed to retrofit the MPG gauge / trip computer in a 1.4 Polo 9N3 Bud engine code. So they're GTI clocks as well, so it's, in my opinion, a huge upgrade over the standard ones, which really look cheap and nasty. And you also get a couple of other cool things like door sensors, as you can see, as well as trip computer, mile per gallon, outside temperature, trip time, average mile an hour. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely worth doing, and it's really easy as well. Now the way that this is done is you either have to get your clocks recoded so they match the ECU of the car, the immobiliser code, or you can de-immobilise the ECU and then you can put in whatever clocks you want, which is the route that I went down. It's super easy. There's loads and loads and loads of people on Facebook and internet that will de-immobilise your ECU for like 40 quid, so it's definitely worth it. And then once it's de-immobilised, you can run whatever clocks you want. So you're not limited to GTI clocks, not limited to the same clocks you had before. You can literally put in whatever you want, and the only drawback is that it goes up to 8,000 revs, but it literally, you know, it won't. And the scaling is all correct, the miles an hour is all correct, because that's all done internally inside the clocks. I think it uses the wheel speed sensors and it all outputs completely correctly. Yeah, they look loads better, especially with the GTI wheel, and I'm super happy with them. So I'll go through the details now with how you're meant to wire up the trip button and get that working, because it will always work, but you won't be able to control it. But obviously once you've wired it up, you're able to control it perfectly fine. So the way I went about doing this was quite crude. I ended up buying a full GTI interior loom for cheap, and I thinned it back and found out which wires my clock plug didn't have and which wires my stalk plug didn't have. So that ended up being green and blue, purple and blue, and grey and blue, and that's the same on both: blue and green, blue and purple, blue and grey. So basically, if you follow this, you could just link it up, and they're the pin locations, so that's where you got to pin in. So that, by right angle plug, I mean the one that plugs in the back of the stalks, the white one with the little clip at the top, and then by 32 pin plug, I mean the green plug that plugs in the back of the clocks. And provided you follow this and link up, you know, 11 to 23, 12 to 24, and 27 to 18, you'll have perfect success and it will work great. So yeah, just watching that back quickly, I've realised it's still quite confusing, so I'm going to try and break it down even further. So this is your standard clock pin, which is the exact same for the instrument cluster green plug, and the right angle plug, which looks like this, that goes in the back of the stalks. So you're going to need 6 of these little pins in total. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you literally just run a double ender. So you'd have one there, for example, and it's 0.75mm wire. So it's super easy. Literally, you're basically just jumping connections together to get it to work. So you're wiring a button in, so you can control a function that's already there. It's super easy. Honestly, give it a go, and you'll realise how helpful it is to have on a day-to-day basis. So this is the back of the plug from my GTI loom, and pin 27 is just here. I've cut it so it's easier to see. So you'll pin one in there, and then the other 2 go below these 2, just there. If you follow the diagram, it'll be more accurate, but I've cut them as well. As you can see, they both go just there. So that's for the clock plug, and then this is the stalk plug. I've just snapped the top off to make it easier to see because it's pretty dark. So you want to pin one there. There should be one little gap, so 15, 16, 17, 18, so that will be your grey and blue, and then 23 and 24 are just there, so 23, 24, yeah, and that's that. Hopefully that clears it up a bit. Just another little thing, there's a company on eBay called Livewire Remaps, and all their ECUs are already de-immobilised, so you can just buy one of those, put it straight in, and provided you've got the clocks and the little chip in the key, the same. You'll get no immobiliser light and the car will run perfectly fine, and then you'll have a remapped TCU at the same time, so it's like a double upgrade. But yeah, they look super nice, and it's a really nice upgrade in my opinion. Anyway, sorry for this video not being like one of my normal ones. I know I normally do it step by step, but I'd already done it and I didn't even think it'd be that cool. But just driving with it for a while, I've actually realised how useful it is. So I thought I may as well share this and potentially help someone out, because it was quite a pain to figure out how to do. Also, let me know if you'd like to see how I wired in my heated seats. I've now got a full heated leather interior, if anyone would find that interesting. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.